In a village, a young boy was troubled by uncontrollable thoughts in his mind. Despite not wanting to, his mind was always occupied with some thought or another. When he did something, his hands, feet, and body would be working, but his mind remained lost in thoughts of some past event. He developed a habit of building castles in the air about his future. He often thought, "One day I will do this, I will achieve that. One day I will become very big and successful." He frequently dreamed big dreams about his future, always envisioning himself ahead of others in those dreams, presenting himself as a hero whenever he heard or read about the story of an intelligent, great, and courageous person. He would place himself in the shoes of the protagonist, and it was in his thoughts that he attempted to perform all acts of bravery and courage. He often thinks in his thoughts about the great things that the hero of that story has done, imagining that one day he will become a great person himself. He envisions having plenty of money and respect in society. He will marry a very beautiful and cultured girl and lead a happy life. He has been thinking like this for many years. He thought that his life would suddenly change, that he would suddenly become successful. But so far, no such miracle has occurred. In reality, as time passed, his situation was deteriorating. And the biggest reason for this was his inaction. That is, not working was his biggest dream, and he also made big plans for the future in his thoughts. However, he never took any concrete steps to turn his dreams into reality. But he never motivated himself to work hard. As a result, now he's over 25 years old. Yet, he had never seen any dream turn into reality. Therefore, now that person also began to realize that he had become trapped in the web of his own thoughts created by his mind. He found joy in keeping himself happy by thinking about his dreams in his thoughts, and he never made any effort in the real world to fulfill those dreams. He knew that his mind was filled with unnecessary thoughts, and despite not living in reality, he was still struggling a lot. He couldn't give up this habit. He found pleasure in living in the world of his thoughts. But when he looked outside of his thoughts and saw his real situation, he became sad. Gradually, this habit became the cause of his stress and sadness. Now, he didn't talk much with his friends and family members. He started to remain quiet and gloomy all day long. One day, sitting under a tree with a heavy heart, a friend came to him and said, "Friend, a very famous Buddhist monk has come to our village, and I've heard that he solves every problem related to the mind and peace. I think you should meet him at least once. He can solve your problem." The young man feels happy after hearing his friend's words and decides to meet the Buddhist monk. After a while, he reaches the place where the monk is sitting under a tree in meditation. He greets the monk and sits in front of him. He starts telling all his problems. He says, "Saint, my mind is always filled with countless thoughts. There are always unnecessary thoughts running in it. Even when I am doing something, my mind remains lost in thoughts of the past or the future. No matter how hard I try, it doesn't listen to me. I want to calm this restless mind. I want to empty it. I want to focus it, which I have failed to do so far, sage. I have come to you with great hopes. Please show me a way." After listening carefully to all the young man's words, the Buddhist monk said, "Life will be happy and the mind will only be peaceful when you stop doing the mistakes you are making. What mistakes are you making, and how to clear your mind? Today, I will explain it to you in detail. Listen carefully. The first mistake is not getting enough sleep. Not getting enough sleep can harm the body and mind in several ways. If you don't get enough sleep, your memory weakens. You have to deal with problems like stress, irritability, feeling tired all the time, and facing issues like dullness on the face. In addition, insufficient sleep also affects the brain's ability to solve problems and makes it difficult to engage in comparative studies. Therefore, it is important to get at least 5 to 6 hours of deep sleep every day. Sleep is essential for our lives because it is a means of protecting our physical and mental health. Getting enough deep sleep every day improves our physical capacity. Sleep plays a very important role in our daily routine as it reduces mental stress and improves the quality of life because it provides relief from fatigue and stress throughout the day. If for any reason you are not getting enough sleep, it is having a negative impact on your physical and mental health. In terms of your physical health, lack of sleep can reduce your physical capacity because during sleep, our body undergoes repair, cleansing, and its energy levels improve. Continuous lack of sleep not only deteriorates the quality of life, but also weakens our immune system, increasing the risk of diseases. In terms of mental health, inadequate sleep can increase mental stress and have an impact on mental health. Lack of sleep can also cause issues in your focus, commitment, and relationships. In summary, sleep plays a crucial role in maintaining our physical and mental health. By getting good and deep sleep, we can improve the quality of our lives and lead a healthy and happy life. The second mistake is not paying attention to the quantity and quality of food intake. Some people have a habit of eating whatever and however much they want. They tend to consume foods high in spices, sugar, and oil. These individuals may feel that if they limit their food intake, then what fun is there in life? What is life all about? Is a person born in this world just to eat? Some people have developed a habit of eating all the time, even when they are not hungry. Forcing anything into the stomach, as if it's not a stomach, but a garbage bin, can have a detrimental effect not only on the body's weight, but also on mental strength. Consumption of foods made with flour, oil, sugar, and excessive salt leads to weight gain and the onset of various diseases. It has a negative impact on our thoughts and emotions, because a sick body also makes the person's mind sick. As a result, a person starts to become mentally ill and becomes a victim of stress and anxiety. So a person should pay special attention to the proper quantity and quality of food. The third mistake is leading an overly busy life and thinking that stopping is forbidden. Some people think that life just keeps going like this. Wrong, no matter how busy life may be. But stop. If you keep running, you'll end up panting and unable to get up. So amidst the hustle and bustle of life, take some time out for yourself too. Give yourself time and make an effort to know what makes you happy, what tasks bring you joy. Ask yourself and try to understand yourself and see that when you do something, you feel calm and refreshed from within. So, in very little time, you will start getting very good results in that work. But if you keep running all the time, you will get tired. You will find that it takes more time to do every task. It takes a lot of energy. Yet there is no feeling of happiness from within. Therefore, there is no need to rush so much. The sense of competition is instilled within a person since childhood, from their surroundings and their parents, because there is no need to rush so much, life can be lived peacefully. And by remaining calm, even with ordinary efforts, great success can be achieved. The fourth thing is that you identify a bad habit of yours. Completely remove it from your life, which is the biggest obstacle in the path of your success. Every person has some such bad habit that causes the most damage, which either doesn't let them move forward or pulls them back. Because when a person is not moving forward, they are moving backward with time. Now, a habit could be anything, like the habit of procrastination, overthinking, worrying, or arguing. Whatever habit you feel is causing you the most damage. Identify it and start making efforts to improve it from today. However, changing habits is not that easy, but if you have strong determination and flexibility within you, then everything is possible to change. And if you consistently try, it will become your new habit, and the old habit will automatically fade away.
Fifth mistake, making promises bigger than necessary. You should make promises and stick to them steadfastly. People who make promises and fulfill them receive a different level of respect in society. People prefer them more. However, we should never make a promise that we cannot fulfill, or those which we doubt we can fulfill. Along with this, we should also know how to say no. It is not necessary to say yes to everything others say. Always try to do good in their eyes. We should also know how to refuse. Promise only as much as you can fulfill. Because if you go beyond your abilities and promise someone something, you will feel pressure on yourself. You will be filled with stress, and unnecessary expectations from the other person will also be associated with you. Even when you can't fulfill them, you will still put a lot of pressure on yourself. To fulfill them, or to avoid being seen as bad in the eyes of others, which will later create even more stress within you. So do as much as you can, and as much as is easy for you. Then see how much peace comes into your life. Sixth mistake, criticizing oneself internally. Feeling inferior and worthless compared to others if you have a habit of speaking badly about yourself and always finding flaws within yourself. If you criticize yourself every day, then you don't need an external enemy, because then you are enough for yourself alone. If you have a habit of criticizing yourself, then leave it today, because by doing so, you have turned your life into hell. Love yourself, nurture and accept yourself. Speak positively about yourself. If you have made a mistake, tell yourself that it is good that I realized this mistake. I am someone who learns from my mistakes and moves forward. So, it means that when a mistake happens, instead of continuously blaming oneself and falling in one's own eyes, one should learn from the mistake and move forward. Because harboring negative thoughts about oneself internally puts one in such chains. Then it becomes difficult to break free from them, and mentally, one remains stuck and struggles, feeling hurt. Therefore, if you have a habit of speaking badly about yourself, try to leave it as soon as possible. Only then life will become beautiful. Seventh mistake, keeping the mind filled with bad memories from the past and negative thoughts. Memories of something bad that happened in the past are stored in the mind. Someone said something hurtful years ago, yet those words are still stored in the mind. Failure in some task still hurts today. When a person carries so much burden and negative thoughts in their mind, how can they be calm and happy? Therefore, clear your mind and brain and learn from your body. The body cleanses itself every day. As soon as you wake up in the morning, it removes all the dirt from within through urine and stool. Similarly, every day, remove the dirt from your mind. Every day before sleeping, clear away all the clutter, anger, and complaints within yourself and others. Along with this, take out time every morning for meditation practice. Your life will become very blissful. Eighth mistake, holding unrealistic expectations. Having expectations is a human nature. But when expectations become baseless and excessive, they always keep us in tension. It forces us to argue with others, and then we start feeling dissatisfied with our lives. We start seeing more negative things in our lives, as if our desires will never be fulfilled. We carry the burden of unfulfilled desires on our heads, and it starts to feel as if we are being crushed under this pressure, feeling disillusioned with life, losing the desire to achieve goals, not feeling like building good relationships, not feeling like eating good food, not feeling like going anywhere. We completely create an atmosphere of tension and sadness around us. Therefore, holding unrealistic and inappropriate expectations is very wrong. Always keep realistic and impartial expectations, and always believe that even with these realistic expectations, there can be ups and downs. Sometimes things don't work out even when we try, and these events are common. What couldn't happen today will happen tomorrow. What couldn't happen tomorrow will happen the day after tomorrow. The world is based on hope, but in any situation, do not bring yourself into worry and tension. Stay calm and stable. 9th mistake: not being able to distance oneself from bad people or bad relationships. If there is a relationship, it should be good, with love, care, and respect. But if you are in a relationship with a selfish and cunning person who gives you daily headaches, anger and arguments persist in the relationship. You have to exert a lot of pressure on yourself. You live in fear and only feel anger inside you. Therefore, distance yourself from such relationships. It is better not to have them at all. Being alone is very comfortable, but if there is someone who causes you daily headaches, then life becomes ruined. If there are such close relationships with them that cannot be completely abandoned, then in such a situation, limit the relationships, and remove from your life all those people from whom you can get rid of, and bring peace into your life. After saying this much, the Buddhist monk concluded his speech, and then said that these were some mistakes. If you correct them, your life will be filled with peace, tranquility, and happiness again. Friends, another mistake that bothers and disturbs our mind in today's time, meaning excessive use of digital devices and social media. Nowadays, completely detaching digital devices from our lives is almost impossible. But those people who use these devices without any reason, who don't have any business, they will still stick around, keep watching Netflix, keep scrolling through social media, to the point of madness. They will spend the whole day in it. This habit is very bad. Use it only as much as necessary for your work. But it's also necessary to take breaks in between. Otherwise, it will damage many things inside you. The glow on your face diminishes, and it affects your sleep too. The habit of overthinking creates stress inside you. So as much as possible, you'll have to maintain distance from it. Because we can leave some things like junk food, but completely abandoning digital devices is not practically possible. Because nowadays, everything is connected to technology, and if we completely detoxify digitally, we won't be able to progress in our lives. Therefore, it should not be completely abandoned, but limited. Some things need to be left, and some things need to be limited. Life will be better if you limit it, friends. I hope you liked this video, and thank you very much for staying tuned to the video until the end.